It is March 5th, 2023. As of this recording, I'm kind of fluctuating in my mood, in my, I don't know what to call it. I've been calling it spoons, but that kind of sounds weird in content. I'm not really sure what to call it. I did create a mood meter, which you guys have probably seen. In the last video, I put a mood meter that was about right here, and that was good. I just don't know if I should just call it a mood meter. I mean, that kind of is what it is, but it's not about mood specifically. It is about how am I doing with my mental state? How am I feeling in regards to what I can handle with whatever life throws at me? So it's not necessarily a mood exactly, it's just a mental stamina, mental capacity that I can handle. So I'm not really sure what to call it, but for now I guess I'll call it a mood meter. But I guess you guys are just gonna have to help me with the whole thing as you guys get familiar with the whole meter and what that scale does for me in regards to what things I can and can't handle every day, hour by hour, minute by minute. The entire goal and purpose of what I'm calling the mood meter for now, temporarily, is to be more educational in helping other people like myself who are on the autism spectrum in some way, in some capacity, to better understand or get ideas on how to cope with the things that life throws at them or at people that are on the spectrum. Now, I have very, very, very high functioning autism, so you may not know, upon meeting me, upon coming across these videos, you may not know what that really means or looks like with me, but at least you'll be able to kind of get an idea of kind of what I go through every day, every hour, every minute, every second of every day, the mental battles that I go through constantly that affect how I come across with my mood and what's really just going on mentally in my head. If there's too much stuff going on, that meter goes way down. If not, it just becomes empty. It's good if it's full, but it's bad if it's at its lowest or not having any fill in it at all. So that's kind of what I did the mood meter for, the mood meter. And I just hope that this can help whenever I put the mood meter on the side, what that will look like, and that you guys can kind of appreciate and understand kind of what life is like for me. And it'll be, sometimes it'll be shocking even for me to go, wow, actually that kind of thing, I didn't know, that actually hurts me mentally. My mental capacity, I can't handle it during these events or during this activity or doing this kind of thing, if that makes sense. Now, obviously, life is life, and sometimes you have to be okay with having a low stamina, low meter, but hopefully you'll have coping mechanisms, which I don't have yet, but hopefully you'll have some coping mechanisms that can help you not maybe not necessarily go all the way full, but you know, you can get your meter just a little bit higher so that you can get the task done, get the things done that you need to do, the chores or whatever it is that you need to get done. It's a struggle, but it's it's really fun actually to kind of gauge and understand a little bit more about what it's like to be me, if that makes sense. I mean, just doing some of these videos, it does lower my meter, my stamina a little bit, but that's okay. It's kind of natural because, you know, you want to make sure you're being as articulate as you can, you're talking how you want to, you want to make sure that you're doing things that are not going to hurt you in the long run when it comes to editing, which I still struggle a lot with, but that's okay. And so if my meter is at 8, which is kind of average, that's a high average, but then doing these videos kind of lowers it down to like a 7 or a 6, that's okay, it's kind of natural. I kind of consider 8 as being a very high average, 7 is average, 6 is a kind of a low average, but you gotta be careful and watch out for that 6 because that 6 is very bipolar. It can either go way down pretty quick, or it can go up a little bit, but not a lot. So it's actually natural and good when your meter is at a 7 or an 8. Those are good averages. Something absolutely spectacular must have happened if you're at a 9 or a 10. You must be super happy, super excited. Even sometimes even the super excited things can also be bad. Well, not bad, but like the meter can still go lower even when it's something good and happy and exciting for you, which is really interesting. Just based off of my observations on how it is for me, that like you would think that I think it's more about relaxing. If I'm relaxed, I could be at a 10, but with super exciting things doesn't always mean that I'm relaxed, if that makes sense. So I don't know, it's just really interesting, and I just can't wait to kind of just see what you guys think and see how we all relate to this kind of meter system that I did not come up with, but I've adjusted to meet my own needs for measuring and monitoring and really helping myself to understand myself a little bit better. So today I am going to make some candles. I actually don't remember picking this out, but I'm sure it's all right if I use it. Got this at Hobby Lobby. All of this stuff I got at Hobby Lobby. So I got jars to put them in and whatever for the ones that are not going to be made specifically to like be pulled out of the mold. And then I got whatever these things are. They just hold the wick in. Hopefully I have the proper string for a wick that this will, you know, can hold that. This is to basically you put it on top of your mold or on top of your jar or whatever, and it just holds the wick straight. You can kind of see some of the dots and the placements for some of that. So I'm looking forward to using these. I have wanted these for a while since I started attempting to make candles. I got a thermometer. Really what I'm going to do is just keep track of the time for how long it takes for the wax to get to the temperatures that it needs to. 1, for melting, and 2, for when it cools down, it needs to be a certain temperature in order to be poured, and then also to be adding the mixture of the scent, if I add a scent, and the coloring, etc. So I'm just gonna keep track of like, here's the temperature, and then how long did it take for it to get to that temperature. So then I don't have to worry about using a thermometer anymore because thermometers are not natural. Then I'm going to use, I'm gonna try some natural soy wax. And then I also got a somewhat more unnatural paraffin wax beads, which is fine. I also do have some more wax in here as well, so I'll have to see how much I can make with what I have left in here, and then I'll just use the rest of, or I'll start using my other type of wax. So I'm really excited for wax for candle making. I know also Deanna, my friend, you've seen her on my channel a few times. She also went with me to get this candle making stuff, and she got some stuff as well. She wanted to make some candles as well, and she actually got some beeswax. So I'm actually looking forward personally to just, you know, giving it a try and using some beeswax, because that is absolutely 100% natural. Soy wax, obviously, yes, this stuff is pretty natural, but the problem is there's no way that I could make that myself or figure out how to make that. I don't know what plant to use. I don't know, like, there's just stuff I don't know. But at least what I do know is wherever I live, I may be able to have access to a farmer or someone who has a honey business or whatever, who may let me use or purchase some bunches of beeswax so I can use that to make my candles. And I'd figure out how to make some different types of candles out of that, and some different styles than just simply a poured mold. But anyway, I'm really excited. So I'm going to see what I can do and how much I can record. I'm going to figure it out. It might be very messy, but if you look past that, I'm going to make some candles, and it's going to be really great. I am selling these on my Etsy shop, so I will have a link in the description for my candles. Also, you can reach out to me and we can figure out a good price. Deals are much easier to negotiate through messaging me personally, but at the same time, like, I also like that Etsy is where my listings are going to be posted. So I will link in the description, and I think there might be something on my channel banner as well, on my YouTube channel page, for where you can access the information to my Etsy shop. All right, this is becoming a lot harder than I expected. Even with all the proper tools and stuff in order to aid and help. For one thing, I guess I do need this forever now. I need to always check the temperature. It's really messy, and I had to be very careful when I lifted this thing up. It also boiled over. There's just so much mess here, and it's really difficult. And I have all of these strings cut out for more of these, which is awesome, but I don't have more. I need more. Come to think about it, I guess I do have more of them over here somewhere. So maybe if I trim them, I can use these, which is these teeny tiny little jars, and then I could probably use this one as well. For the little small ones, I'd have to, yeah, these are, no, this is too small. I gotta see about these. Yeah, I think I'd have to trim them. Yeah, I'd have to seriously trim them. So like about half each I could do, I guess. So like about here. I got 4 of them, so I just need to cut one set. Is that about, it's a little bit, not there, okay. I want to make sure that is out of the way because I don't want to get that confused. I just don't know. I have more wax still in the pot. I have these. I didn't color it or scent it. I guess I will try to color and scent for those ones. Well, these ones have cured. The, oh my goodness, I can't even figure out my camera. So these ones have cured, or at least they have done what they're supposed to do in normal temperature. So I'm actually going to take these and I'm putting them in the refrigerator. I have my camera screen a little bit different, so I can't really see what you see, but hopefully, you know, well, now I have to get these ones out of their thing, but it's quite a mess out here. So I'm gonna try putting these in the refrigerator first before trying to put them in the freezer. Because last time I did it in the freezer, they came out pretty well. I just, I want to try something different. I want to see what happens if I put them in the refrigerator, let them cool even more, and get kind of hard, if that will help them to slide out of their molds a little bit better, a little bit easier. I gotta wait for these ones to cure, but these ones are yellow and they're kind of a lemony scent, if that makes sense. And then I have this one over here. This one is also, these ones are from the same batch. This one, I'm guessing I'm gonna turn it into more or less a tea light, a very, very, very small candle. But this one is just in the jar, so it's curing, it's doing its thing, so I'm really excited to add everything to my candle collection here. And hopefully they're good enough to sell. And it has been really snowy outside, but it just started getting a little less snowy. So the sun's coming out, which is good. I like it when the sun comes out, it makes everything nice and warm. But I also like being in Washington because it's moist and it's just calming and soothing, whatever the weather is.